is a valley where no one has been. It's an old house, just for the two of them. It's a nice house, and it's pretty good. They got a lot of fields and crops, including some cows. Anyway, they always worked in the cows. Harlan was a crop worker, and he does a lot of cropping. He mostly crops corn, peas, carrots, any of those stuff. After all, he was better than any other else. He has a friend named John. John, they don't get well too much, but they sure are good friends. Sometimes at night they would get a little angry at each other who's going to take care of the stuff. Well, that's what their opinion is. Surely they would know. John is also a person. Mostly some of them work against the same difference. John works with cows, and Harlan works with crops. They have different types of things they do. But one night changed their day. It was not any night that they ever expected. It was a night of horror. They all were ready to go to bed, and surely soon. Sometimes, if they want to get their meat, they're going to have to shoot the cows. It was a very, very hard work job. Not too bad, but it's hard. Surely there was something wrong with them. They never got along or something, or anything. They are just one best bros. Sometimes on Fridays, they have a nice cow and all that. They put some seasonings. Harlan's a good cooker, but not compared to John. There was one night that changed everything. There was a noise going on in the background of the sound. It was just silence. You could only hear the sounds of crickets in the horizon. But then one noise didn't sound the same. It sounded like this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Did you hear that? He said. It was probably the wind, John said. But how could it be the wind? He said. Well, it's possible. I mean, we do live in an old, windy place. I guess that's right. Then they heard it again. Did you hear that again? Did you hear it? No, I did not. They went back to bed, and they lay down. The sound was the crickets again. Then the noise came back again. There it is again, he said. Let's go take a look. Let's see what's outside. Okay. So they did. Harley grabbed his shotgun, and John grabbed his flashlight. They went off in the cornfield, searching everywhere. They heard again. There it is, he said. Whoa, did you see that in the sky? Doesn't look like anything I ever seen. Doesn't even look like an airplane, a satellite, or any type of thing. Then, that moment, it landed down. The doors opened with a huge creaking noise. Then, these two little weird green men came out. They had black eyes, and they looked nothing just like a human. Besides, they are probably not a human. Some type of creature. Once they took a little notice, they were aliens. They asked them a few questions, but they didn't respond. Until one of them said, I don't speak alien, he said. Something wasn't right. Well, it's time for you to stop talking to little green men. One of them wasn't happy. He jumped out and grabbed him. They were gone. They were never seen again. Bobby was a little kid who lived in Canada. Mostly he would spend his time going outside. It's really cold there. Lots of people who live there speak French. He lives in Quebec, so no wonder why. He walks around in places to go explore. But one day, he found an old music box. It was one of those music boxes that can help you to sleep. So he took to it. He showed it to his dad, and he looked surprised. He didn't actually look kind of happy. Did you just come and find junk wherever you think you need, and you can say it's okay? Yeah, he said. Well, this thing is probably something you should be touched. There could be curses on this. Why not can I keep it? Bobby said. Because there's tons of reasons why you can't keep it. The first reason why, it's cursed. And the second reason why, it's probably not good to take other people's junk. You think it's for free. And third, I have no idea, he said. Then Bobby was so excited for his new music box. He could not know what he could have done. He always loves the sound of music boxes, including if it's creepy or nice. He just loves them. One night, he set it on his table right next to him. He fast asleep. Dad could have handled it for a few hours until he had enough. He tried to turn off the music box, and he went back to bed. Until the morning, he woke up and heard the music box again. He threw it outside where he could never find it. He closed the door, and that would be that. After a few hours, he heard the music box again. It turns out it was inside on the desk, so he smashed it with a hammer and threw it away, and you'll never see it again. Until one night, he heard the music box. He ran downstairs to check the desk. Nowhere in the house. He could still hear it. Not only that, he heard it everywhere. Everywhere he went. The market, took a walk, his store, driving, he just heard that music box. It drove him insanity. One night, he couldn't take it anymore, so he had to kill himself with a gun. That music box was the most evilest thing in the world. Hopefully Bobby should make sure to never look at junk that's outside and never trust a book on its cover. This is New York. In the past few years, it's been quiet and dead. That's mostly what New York's prophecy is. Until one night, the kids will always hear noises. They would hear like some downstairs noises saying, "I'll kill all of you," or "I'm going to get you people," or banging downstairs and screaming like a maniac. He went to sleep and then heard a noise in the air vents. There was like walking and breathing. He checked the air vents. He saw 2 eyes in it. The next morning, they asked Mom what the heck is going on downstairs. They clearly just said, "There's someone downstairs," he said. "Oh, that's nonsense. There's no one downstairs." "I hope not," she said. They all did nothing. "It's probably the best to not go downstairs," she said. But they didn't listen. They went down there and went and searched everywhere. Then they heard a noise. It was in a door that had a little window. It was all metal. It looked like those doors that they have in prison. They opened it up, and the only thing they saw was an air vent and a chair. Surprisingly, the air vent was open. They noticed something on the chair. It was a note. It said, "If you read this note, you will die." They all looked kind of scared. Then they heard a noise in the closet. They checked the closet. Nothing. But there was a broom, a bucket, a vacuum, a hammer, and surprisingly a firearm. They ran back upstairs and called the police. Then it was disconnected, weirdly. And then they looked outside. There was a pickup truck parked right next to the place where they parked their cars. There was some creepy man inside of it with sharp teeth, weird eyes. It could have been the man that was making all that noise. The kid went back to sleep and heard the noise in his closet. He checked. It was that guy. He ran out and grabbed him and attacked him and bit him. And he laughed. That was the last time they saw the man, and they'll never see it again.